Mahomes and Andy Reid and Travis Kelce all talked today about the running game and what they saw from it. And they like JD's grades today. He loved what he saw this past week. It's getting better each and every week. And big thing coming into this game, Detroit's got a top 15 defense as far as rushing and stopping the pass. But four of the five feature backs they've played against this year have all eclipsed 50-plus yards rushing. Now, I don't think either Pacheco or Hunt have eclipsed that yet, but still, I think there can be some room for us to kind of eat as far as running the ball.
When we're able to run the ball like that and then being able to play action and do bootlegs and stuff like that off of the run game, it really just opens up the entire offense. And I thought both those guys, all three of them, really ran really hard when they got the ball in their hands. And so it's just finding ways to put them in positions to succeed. And I thought the offensive line did a great job of, you could tell their chemistry, because pass blocking is one thing, but run blocking, it's a lot of chemistry and trading off blocking. You can tell that stuff's building with time and with more and more reps. And so I think it'll continue to get better and better as the season goes on, and those guys will continue to have more and more success.
I just want to give a big shout out to my guy, Kareem Hunt, man. I fucking love that guy. Pop's getting that thing going. People may not think that the run game's what it is, or it's not as consistent as it needs to be, man. But those guys are showing up when we need them, especially the past 2 weeks, man.
It's getting better. That's what my thing was.
We're getting big pops, big runs,
when you need them,
big gainers, and that alone, those big gainers alone, will make teams respect it. And I'm not against getting those guys the ball even more.
So JD, your grades tonight, you highlighted the running backs big time. What about the running game as you've seen from week 1 to where we are going into week 6? What about the running game specifically is exciting you more and more about what you're seeing from it? Is the offensive line play? Because I mean, what Pat said, each week it's one pass pro is one thing, but run block is a little bit different. What's exciting you most about the run game heading into week 6?
I think it is better blocking up front. I think it's that's the crux of it, really. Because you can have the best running back in the world, but if your lineman is not blocking for you, it's going to be a hard task for any running back in the league. Doesn't matter who it is. And so it is better combinations up front. It's better blocking. It's better timing, better tempo. We're seeing the holes maybe even better with Pacheco. Pacheco's running harder than he has ran before. And so part of that might be where the trust is. I think Kareem Hunt is just, you giving him even more, and the more you give him, the better off he's going to be. So it's just like any other type of growth markets. When you start somewhere, you consistently do it over and over again, you do more of it, the better off you should be. That's the way it should work. And I think with our offensive line, from the first week to where they are now, is a much better offensive line. And not only that, but also too, I see us running more plays downhill. I see us getting under center, running some plays. That way the shoulders are squared to the line of scrimmage. Looks a lot better. We're not asking also too, maybe some of the blocking schemes to be like it is. I think we're doing a lot more pulling. And I see King Suma, I see Trey pulling around, kick out blocks. We was using tight ends for it more so Noah Gray for those things. We're using bigger bodies. I think that's what part of it is, though. But there's no doubt these guys deserve to run the ball more than what we have been doing in the past. But both those guys recognize it's just not only the running back, but also too, it's the offensive line. That combination has gotten better.
And I know the cliche, the age-old adage is the run will open up the pass. But as the passing offense becomes even better, can the pass open up the run in this case? Because I mean, we talked about before, right? Where teams are playing it so deep that they're playing too high shells, and we still want to go over the top. It was there for us to run the ball. We just weren't doing it. Now that you have these two guys who it looks like Pat and Kelce are both noticing, right, where they're both starting to get it churning it up. Pop's looking good. It looks like Pop, if he did have, residuals from his injury last year, it looks like by week 5, it looks like he's not even thinking about that anymore. It looks like he's playing ball. Kareem, a lot of people didn't think he could bust out a 10-yard run, let alone a 33-yard run like he did. He did. We're seeing that, and it's against a good defense. It wasn't a bottom feeder defense. It was a legit top 10 defense in the league in Jacksonville, and they made mincemeat of them from the offensive line to all the running backs. Is there a way where, as the passing offense grows, that the running game could actually kind of benefit from that?
Sure. But it boils down to, let's just say, yeah, you're dropping more guys. Okay, right? I think that's what you're saying. You can do that. So that means the blocks up front still need to be clean. It shouldn't be a guy with his arm out making a tackle. Our double team should be able to move up to the second level fairly easy on those plays. The problem has been where everything like our double teams, our hips and all that being hip to hip hasn't been that tight. Or we're fighting against each other on the double team. Or if we're kicking guys out or we're trying to capture the edge, our heads either not on the right side or we're not using enough power to bench press guys to open up the holes. The holes just hadn't really been there early on in the season. It just hadn't been. And so even when teams dropped, our guys just weren't making it clean. So those things have changed right now. I've seen that. Everybody sees it. The running back sees it, but also too, they're hitting the hole a lot harder. But like I said, can the pass open up the run? Shoot, maybe. Just depends. Just depends.
Brian Hoang says they didn't get enough carries, though. That's still a thing, too. Kelce even says that we should be feeding them even more. It's Absolutely. They both ran really great, but even in the end, 7 carries for Kareem, 7 carries for Pop. And, and Kareem, the crazy thing is Kareem almost has as much touchdowns rushing as he did carries. He had 2 rushing touchdowns, 7 carries. It shouldn't be that close.
Yeah. They should always, every game, be 25. Every single game, 20 to 25. It shouldn't be no less than 20. Never any game. Especially if you want the play action to work, the effectiveness of it, that's exactly what you do. It has to be that. So it takes the running backs or the run to do that. So Kareem, that little leap like that, man, I jumped over. I said, "Oh, look at her." I jumped like that watching the game in the living room after he did it. I said, "Man, look at him. Look at Hunt. These jokers wanted it, man. This is the hardest I've seen these guys run. Pop run for sure. Kareem is still, he would just do what he do. That's what he does. Caught the ball out the backfield really well. Bashar Smith did a hell of a job catching the ball out the backfield. All 3 of those guys did a great job this game. There's no reason why we shouldn't have fed these dudes. They deserve that. They deserve it. Pop was running through folks. I love that little side bark he did with the against the safety that came up and popped him at one time. And he got up and Pop sat up there. He talked to him. He didn't talk to him right in the face. It was almost like, you ever see that at video with the 2 dogs on the fence and they start barking at each other and then they pull the fence up and they start barking at each other and take the fence away and they stop. You ever see that?
Yeah.
Just kind of remind me of it. And I loved it. And I started to give these jokers a B+. That's what I started giving them. But daggone, these jokers deserve an A.
Wow.
They got an A this week, man. They got an A this week. Man. They did their thing. They did their thing. I went through and I watched and I said, I seen somebody didn't block. Pop could have made it, he'd have had a longer yards. I don't know who just scored a touchdown, but I'm sitting there thinking like, dang God. These suckers, and man, they was toting that rock. They was toting it. Kareem ran that 34-yarder. Oh, I guess we can't do 20-yard runs with Kareem Hunt. Kareem said, watch me. I'll show you. Watch what I do. Shoot. Come on, man.
Honestly, man, I thought he had a chance to get away from that guy too. I mean, he could have busted that thing 97 yards. If he was able to give that guy the business with a stiff arm, which he was trying to, if you were able to give that guy business, he probably would have had a 97-yard run, man.
Yeah, I think we're just happy he got up and open. He's like,
yeah.
Oh, shoot. I broke out. Yeah. So, A, man, A for the running backs, babe. A for the running backs. They deserve that one. Hell of a job.
And Brashard's been catching balls out of the backfield, too. I mean, he's just such an asset.
Man, sucker looking like lightning in the bottom. You get the ball to him, he's going to make people miss. He's getting more confidence. I love these 3 guys. I love how they started using them. That's one thing I give it to them, how they started using them. And that was a great play for them. or at least the personnel looks great. So
Yeah.
Absolutely. 1000% A on these dudes, man, for the running backs, for sure.
Is that the first A for a position group on the offensive side this year?
No.
It's not? Okay.
I got an A for the wide receivers, got it. And then I think A for Pat.
Okay.
So yeah.
There you go.
Yes, sir.
So now we got the offensive line, JD.
O-lines. Okay. So O-line was, man, pass blocking looked good. There was times that we lost the twist where we just didn't scan out to guys, and I couldn't understand that. So it wasn't perfect by no means. There was still some lanes that probably should have opened up that we got kind of bottled in a little bit. But overall, I think they did a pretty decent job, man. And they are getting better. They are getting better. Week in and week out, they are getting better. And the grades are going up on me. The grades are going up. So, yeah, it wasn't a perfect game. There was times we missed on guys and probably should have made some better blocking. But overall, man, I gave these guys, I gave them a B. They got a solid B from me. Solid B. Trey Smith looked like the old Trey Smith. I love seeing it. Sumate came pulling around, man, and that sucker came in to absolutely clean somebody's clock. So that's where I'm at with him.
Yeah, from week to week. I mean, I know we talked about the run block win rate, that stat. Last week we were 32nd. This week we're 30th. So we are on that the advanced metric. We are going up. I know it's not 30 to 32 to to 1, but 32 to 30. That's an improvement.
Yeah.
Hi everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out the best clips from Chief Concerns. And if you prefer to listen to the show, subscribe and follow us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and anywhere else you get your podcasts.